All right, guys, welcome to the Elevation Coaches Team Call. It's almost Halloween. It's October 26th, 2015, and today we're just going to have a little mastermind session. I know there's a few people on the call. There's a few more that are signing in, but many of you have noticed that Elevation Coaches, the coaching group, and things have just slowed down almost to a halt. And if you compare that to what we were seeing back right after summer toward the beginning of the year, it's quite the difference in just the level of activity, the amount of coaches that are joining the team, the amount of volume that our team is producing as a whole. And I wanted to brainstorm with you guys and talk about what you're currently doing or what we could do as a team to rejuvenate the group and help everyone get charged up again. So I guess the best way to start is, what do you guys think? And we're just going to jump right into this and get to brainstorming together. What do you guys think is the cause of sort of everybody drawing back from Elevation Coaches? And feel free to be 100% honest during this call. If you say, Coach Todd, I think it's because you're a little overbearing in this area, I'm totally cool with that. I want that kind of feedback from you guys. So that's what I want to hear is, right now, what do you guys think is the reason a lot of coaches have drawn back? Or have you guys put much thought into it?
I think it's because people aren't producing. They're getting a lot of objections, and they're taking it personal, and it's affecting their why. They're just getting discouraged. I mean, I've seen it. Or you talk to someone, you invest a lot of time in, and then the next day after they tell you no, you see them and they are all excited and jazzed up about it and joining with another coach. Like, what? I mean, that happens all the time. I mean, and that's really frustrating because you take it personal. You're like,
or they get pumped up because they got the program off eBay for like $5 cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean, discouragement. Yeah, obviously that's a big one. Well, let me hang up my coat real quick. Yeah, that's something that as coaches, we'll go into that later. I'm trying to find my phone so I can take some notes with this, and then we'll address them at the end. So I think that's really good, Lonnie, and I think it's a big cause for people drawing back. They just, when I started out, and a lot of you guys have heard my story, is when I personally messaged 132 people, only 11 of those people decided they wanted to join my challenge group and do the Shakeology and do the workout for 90 days. And that means I either got 121 no's, or a combination of 121 no's and objections to price, and some people who just said, don't ever message me again, and some people who said, no, this just isn't for me, and some people who said, yeah, this is awesome, and then you message them to follow up, and then they just never message back. It's a combination of those two, and yeah, I would say just plain old discouragement from the invite process is a big reason for the reason coaches draw back. What else? Is there anything else you guys think plays a role in our team's level of activity?
Lack of motivation.
Lack of motivation. So what do you?
That is mine.
So
that is my complete thing.
I'm really glad you mentioned that, because one thing that I wanted to do on this call is brainstorm as a team. How do we get motivated? And we've had team calls in the past on how to get motivated, how to stay motivated, and how to stay motivated over a long period of time. And it's a lot different to know how to do that than it is to actually do it. It's easy. I know how to get a six-pack. I know how to become, I know how to get the physique that I want. It's just a matter of consistently doing what it takes to get there.
Yep.
It's the same thing with your coaching business, but you got to have, obviously there's some factors that play into that. So yeah, just pure and simple motivation. So what do you, just in your own example, Nikki, what happens in your life that takes your motivation away?
My job.
Job. Okay.
My job literally takes every last little bit of motivation I own and like throws it down the freaking crapper. It's horrible. And it's just going to get worse because my hours are just going to get earlier. And by the time I get home, I'm not going to have any motivation to do anything.
So you're just tired?
I am exhausted. It's like I'm already getting up at 3, but now that whenever the snow flies, I'm going to have to be at work by 3 a.m.
Wow.
So it's like,
how long is your commute to work?
It's not that long. It's only like 15 minutes for me to get to work, but still, it's like you got to get up, make your lunch, make yourself not tired. So it's like you got to down a few cups of coffee, have your breakfast,
yeah,
get your mind in the right situation, actually go to work.
mentally prepare for the craziness.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like mentally prepare myself to work with a bunch of bumbling idiots some days.
Yeah, that's definitely, I mean, I work in a high stress environment in sales engineering. Things are driven by customer. The CEO wanted changes to a proposal that was done within 30 minutes, and it usually takes 2 days to do what he was requesting, and he was demanding it. And we got it done, and when I got it done in less than 30 minutes, I got an email, oh, false alarm, never mind. Like, holy crap. So very stressful. Obviously it just like at the end of the day, an 8 to 10 hour day of looking at a computer screen and having the stress of deadlines and authority, higher ups in the company relying on you, it can definitely weigh on you and other people. That's a good point, Nikki. Is you got other people in our lives that have influence. And I was just listening to Brendan Burchard today, and he was talking about how you have to be very, very proactive in networking and seeking out the kind of people that you want to be around. And that's why I listen to so much personal development, is I consider guys like John Maxwell and Brian Tracy and Tony Robbins. I consider all these guys my mentors. These are the people that I hang out with all day long. These are the guys that are yakking my ear off in my headphones all day long and filling my head full of positive affirmations and great information that helps me think positively. So people can definitely wait.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think was, obviously coming off an event like Summit or coming off an event like a Super Saturday, everybody is hyped up. You're in this bubble of Beachbody where, for 24 hours a day, for 3 to 4 days straight, you're just hearing success stories. You're hearing people telling you that you can achieve these goals, these high goals that you have. You have your team members there with you side by side. And there's people getting recognized on stage. They're shredding their school loan papers because they paid off stuff. They're shredding, they paid off 100% of their debt, or they were able to go to another country and serve in ministry or something. And you're just engulfed in this positivity. What do you guys think happens coming out of something like that, because you guys saw right after Summit, we were adding like 8 to 10 coaches per week to the team. As a team, we were adding 8 to 10 coaches per week. And now, looking in my online office, in the last 7 days, I think we've added one coach in the entire downline. And I'm not coming down on the team or anything. That's a matter of fact. Is it was 8 to 12 and now it's 1. So what do you guys think happened between Summit and now? Or you can use an example from your own journey with your health and fitness, where you were just on fire for a period of time. You were so focused, and then you lost focus. What caused you to lose focus?
I think what makes a lot of people just kind of lose focus is we've become a society that doesn't look for solutions, but we look for excuses. And I think we're to that point where they've come down from the high, and instead of remembering what we're worth and what we can do, we're looking at our day, we're looking at what we have to do, what we're obligated to do, and forgetting what we can do. And I think honestly, people are kind of afraid of getting their goal, because we've become where we've always had dreams, we've always had aspirations, but no one's ever achieved them. The average person doesn't achieve what they want to do, so we're used to that. So why is that any different? We've been disappointing ourselves all of our lives, so getting out of that is hard because people don't do that. We don't really believe that it's possible.
Yeah. And that I've talked about that so much in the past, about how success starts in your mind. First off, if you don't believe that you can actually reach your goal, you can pretty much just count on not reaching that goal. If you don't think it's possible and you don't think that you have the ability and resources to reach that goal, then you will not reach the goal. And I suggest you turn in your coach cancellation form right now if you don't feel like you can reach your goal. Now, honestly, turn it in, because you're wasting your time, you're adding stress to your own life, and it really is just a waste of time if you're not willing to actually first believe that you can actually do it, because your mind is just going to be working against you the entire time.
Or even wanting to learn how to believe it.
Yeah.
You can change your thinking, but if you're not willing to put in that effort, then there's no point trying anything else.
Yeah. I think, I think maybe last week, I posted one of my very first YouTube videos in Elevation Coaches. And it was
pull-ups.
Yeah, Coach Todd pull-up tips. There was zero joking. I think I smiled maybe twice in the video. And I watched that video and I just looked, I was like, man, I'm a freaking robot. Like, what was I doing? This isn't entertaining. Yeah, it might be helpful, but like, what? I don't want to sit here and watch this video for 6 or 7 minutes. But, over the last 4 years, I'm perfecting my craft. I'm looking at YouTube channels from like Chris Guzman, Hobbs twins, and seeing how these fitness channels that have millions of subscribers, I'm trying to see what they focus on. And I'm trying to not mimic what they do, because I want to sort of stay true to my own personality and my own style. But I notice if you guys go to Chris Guzman's channel, he does just a lot of video blogging. He's just followed around by a camera guy 8, 9, 10 hours a day. They film him doing his workout. They film him in the office. They film him driving to Chipotle. They film him eating at Chipotle. And that's where I got the idea for my carb cycling vlog. And that's why I started doing those videos where, I'm just recording myself in the morning, doing meal prep or driving home from work, doing my workout, that kind of stuff. So I wanted to reach a new audience doing those kind of things. And it really is, if you're not, like Lonnie said, if you're not willing to change or to learn new things in order to reach your goal, then just plan on staying exactly where you're at. I've built my entire business. When I set out to do this, I decided that I don't want to spend all of my time trying to reach out to people. So I'm going to figure out a way that I can get people to reach out to me. And that's what I wanted to do. And, you know, my coach just did blogging and YouTube videos, and I didn't know any better. I figured he was successful, so I'd just do what he did. I started a blog, I started doing YouTube videos, and then I discovered search engine optimization. And I started learning, spending countless hours and resources on learning how to rank my videos and my blog posts at the top of Google. So I wanted, when someone searched in Google, when they typed in Body Beast equipment, I wanted my blog post to be at the very top of that list. And, you know, I've been very successful in that. I get, you know, in the slow months, I get about 50 to 60,000 brand new visitors to my blog per month. In the, you know, when you start to get around the first of the year and that first week of January through like April, it's up to, you know, 120, 150,000 brand new visitors per month. And I'll get 30 to 40 brand new customers per week in you know, January through April. And that's with no recruiting effort, not reaching out to anyone. I'm just creating new resources on YouTube, new resources on my blog, figuring out, okay, I got this question on in an email from someone, I'm going to make a video on it. You know, I just made a video on Beachbody workout modifications. I had a guy email me who's in a wheelchair, he's on Social Security, and he wants to know what he can do for his nutrition and workout. So I was like, wow, well, that's a really good question. Like, how does a person with severe disabilities who's paralyzed from the waist down, how do they modify the workouts? So I made a video on how to modify the workouts, what to do if you can't afford certain equipment, you know, what to do if you had limited space, because I got a lot of college guys who email me and say, I want to do P90X, but I live in a dorm room. It's like, well, cool. I did plyometrics in my hallway just to prove that you can do the workouts in your dorm room. So I don't want to hear your excuses of that you don't have room. So I include that in my video on how to modify Beachbody workouts. And I'm going to be uploading that tonight, hopefully. So, yeah, I think, Lonnie, you're dead on with, you got to be willing to learn and actually not just learn how to do it, but take action. A lot of what coaches do and what they fall into is this learning cycle. Just, I'm going to gather up all the information I can, and I'm not going to do anything until I have 100% of the information. False. That is the worst way you could possibly go about operating. Once you know, once I knew that my coach was successful and had a blog, I said, okay, I got to figure out how to make a blog. I went to YouTube. I said, how to start a blog. And there was WordPress, Blogger, all these options. I embed my coach. I said, hey, what do you use for your blog? He said WordPress. Awesome. How to start a WordPress blog. Okay. Like, how to embed a video on your blog. YouTubed it. Everything I possibly have ever learned about technology or WordPress or YouTube videos or how to rank videos, it's all been done by Google searches. And that's it. So figure out what it is you want to learn and Google it, because most likely you can offer that information. And if you guys, if you do any searching on YouTube, one of the things I love about Beachbody is that all of the coaches, pretty much all the top coaches in there, share exactly what they're doing on their YouTube channel. If you're a guy, I highly recommend watching Scotty Hobbs videos. Okay, if you're a phenomenal job, Caleb Thomas has great videos for coaches. Tommy Hayes Nelson, Tommy Hayes Nelson, he has awesome videos, and actually was one of the leaders at the male. I think Matt, you went to it, that thing in Dallas, where it was all male beach coaches, and how are we different from ladies do challenge groups, all this information about how to be successful as a guy in Beachbody. So, Tommy Hayes Nelson posted those videos on his blog. You have all of the workshops, all the breakout sessions from Team Beachbody Coach Summit. You have those on the channel. There's so much information out there, guys. There's no reason and no excuse not to be progressing. And the amount of information out there excites me, knowing that it's available to us at work today. I listened to 3 1-hour calls just on the phone with my earbud in and one earbud out so I could hear other people at work. I listened to Western Regional mastermind calls where, 2-star, 3, 4, and 5-star diamond coaches share exactly what they're doing. And they give tips on leadership, on challenge groups, on prospecting, on onboarding new coaches, everything you can think of, they touch on. And then coaches are allowed to ask questions for like the last 30 minutes, which is incredibly helpful. And what's really encouraging to me is that a lot of the coaches, even like the 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star diamond, they experience the exact same thing as we're experiencing here in Elevation Coaches. Like, man, what's going on? Like, everybody's sort of drawing back, and nobody's posting anymore. Nobody's like, is everybody just super busy, or are they, like one of the coaches said, I think the coaches feel convicted that they're not inviting, so they're not posting anymore in the coaching group. And that might be it too. You might feel guilty for not living up to what it takes to actually reach your goal. It's just a great time to assess your commitment to your goal and say, okay, do my daily actions reflect what my goal is? And what I think is a great opportunity to get refocused is the Team Cup Challenge, which Lonnie and Jeremy and I are going to crush. So we're still tossing around team names. I think, what was it? The Scorpion Stompers was one of
something like that. I don't know.
I think that was one of the team names, and I think Jeremy came up with like something about like Titan something. I don't know, like Care Bear Titans. I don't know. something. We're going for something funny. But we're going to have fun with it. And we're gonna show some vibes. I'm looking forward to it. Someone's saying that there's a lot of background noise coming from their video. Would you mind? There we go. Is that better?
Going back to what you were saying about discouragement and things like that, I think one thing that would kind of help start getting people just thinking positively again is because you go to something like Summit, or you go have this mountaintop experience where you see all these extremely successful people, and then you come back to your life and you see how far away you are from that goal.
Yeah.
That in itself is discouragement. And I think one thing people tend to forget is that this whole thing is about helping others and not helping ourselves to being rich. That's a side effect of helping others and bettering your own life. And so I think one thing we need to relearn how to do is to set goals, small goals, and celebrate those small goals, and not just look, I need to become rich or else I'm going to be not successful. More, you need to be thinking of, I helped my wife make a positive choice today in her eating, or I helped this person, get excited about working out, even if they're not doing Beachbody yet, and just set small goals for yourself. Or, hey, I didn't drink a soda today when I needed it at work. I drank Shakeology instead. Or, I think we need to relearn how to positively reinforce or teach ourselves to be positive and celebrate the small achievements rather than seeing how far away we are from being rich. Because that's not what it's about. And if that's what it's about, you're in the wrong business.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Oh, gosh. Brendan Burchard said something really, really cool today on a video of his I was listening to. He goes, one thing that so many people forget when they start a work from home business is that it begins with work. And And yeah, even though we're all incredibly passionate. I don't question a single person's on this team. I don't question anyone's passion for their desire to help other people reach their goal. But I think you're right, Lonnie, in that you have this goal. Like I have this monumental goal, and it seems it's like, holy cow, I can get negative real quick. I'm never going to get there. I've had this setback. We're in the middle of trying to remodeling our house so that we can sell it, and that's going to take up so much time. So there's no way that I'm going to have time to actually make progress toward my goal. And I could think that way, and I could dwell on that, or I could change the way I think and start looking for opportunities or positives in it. And you can say, you know what, I am remodeling, and I could take a video of doing my workout downstairs where it's bare concrete, and I could make a really that'll motivate people to bag their excuses. But I'm in the middle of remodeling, and I'm still doing my workout. It's just a matter of perspective on the whole thing. And like you said, if your primary focus is, just connect with as many people as you can and helping as many people as you can reach their goals, even if it's just small, mental, incremental steps that these people are making toward their goal, I think we as a coaching team need to celebrate that more. That's why in October I did this whole thing about Forget Success Club. Yes, Success Club for me, Success Club 10 is a minimum. That's what I need to achieve in order to reach my goals. But I don't focus on Success Club. I focus on as many people as I can. And I know that a challenge pack, with a Beachbody workout, Shakeology, and access to On Demand, and my challenge group is going to help them reach their goal. So that's what I share with them, and that results in Success Club points. So just keeping that focus, and I think it's a lot of the reason that I personally pull back when I do is just being overwhelmed, just like, holy crap. It's going to take some serious, like, I got to invite 900 people a day if I want to reach my goal in the next 36 hours. I think I actually had a call with Belinda last Thursday, and, she's under a lot of pressure at school, and she's working, and she just doesn't have the time that she had during the summer to focus on coaching activities, and she was getting really discouraged. And I told her to start setting smaller goals and have realistic expectations. If you're working 14 to 16 hours per day, your expectations of what you can accomplish in a day as a coach is probably going to be different than the person who only works, 4 to 6 hours a day, or who's a stay-at-home mom and, has only in between kids napping to work on her business. There's just, you have to have realistic expectations based on what your goal is, how quickly you want to reach it, but also just how much time you have. And I told Belinda, stop trying to invite 30 to 40 people a day to a challenge group. What happens is we get real fired up, and this is one of the things I think happens after Summit, is we get super fired up about coaching, and we go out and we invite 20 people a day for like 3 or 4 days in a row. And then all those people start replying back. And we sort of get overwhelmed with how many people we're talking to, and we can't even keep track of everything. And then all of a sudden, you're so busy following up with people that you're no longer inviting people. So what I told Belinda was like, just start 3 new conversations per day with 3 new people that you've never spoken to before, and invite 3 people to a challenge group. That's it. No more, no less. Just do 3. That's it. And stay consistent with that. And with what time you have available, take a very critical look at your daily schedule and be realistic and say, okay, you know what? I got 10 minutes in between my pre-calculus class and biology 201. I got 10 minutes to focus on coaching. What is the most efficient thing that I can do? okay, I'm going to go to myfitnesspal.com. I'm going to go to the discussion boards, and I'm just going to comment on 3 people's posts, and I'm going to answer their question. That's all I'm going to do in those 10 minutes. And then as soon as those 10 minutes are up, I'm going to close it and go to my class. And then at the end of the night, I'm going to take 10 minutes, and I'm going to follow up with those 3 people and anyone else that followed up with me from my previous message. And I'm going to get my 3 invites out, first thing in the morning when I have 30 minutes to work on my business card. So really just it's a matter of taking a realistic look at your day, your time, and saying, how consistent have I been, and how consistent do I need to be in order to reach my goal? And if you want to be consistent, you got to be realistic about, what you're doing on a daily basis. So, and I think a big discouragement comes when we just put in like 900% effort and we just get burnt out, and that drops down to negative, and we actually drop back. It's like and I've done this before. I avoid coming into the Elevation Coaches group to post something because I feel like I'm not the example of what a leader should be. That's what I've gone through at times, and I think that might be some of the reasons why we're seeing people draw back from Elevation Coaches, and we're not seeing them post anymore. So I think that's a great idea, Lonnie, to start, in the coaching group, celebrate small successes. Like, hey, I talked to a lady today, and I got her to try Quest bars as a meal supplement. And I actually did that. This lady, she went full bore. She loved it, and she got Quest potato chips, and she's all about it now. And she's a type 2 diabetic, and I'm just making small suggestions to her, starting small conversations each day. I walked up to her today, and I showed her a Think Thin bar. And I go, Angela, have you tried these? And she goes, no, where'd you get that? And I told her, I was like, oh, I go to Winco, and sometimes you can get them for like $4 for $5, way cheaper than Quest bars, and they still have 0 grams of sugar. And it's just a small little conversation. And then eventually, I'm going to invite her to a challenge group. So, all right. Anything else you guys can think of? Like, why? I really want to try and find ways that as a team we can charge each other and keep each other focused. And I have a success partner. He's not on Elevation Coaches. We actually, the first time I met him and his wife were on the same Success Club excursion as my wife and I were. We were going scuba diving in the Grand Cayman Islands, and it was just us 4. And we've been hanging out at summits ever since and going on the same excursions. We all went scuba diving in Cozumel. What is it? Cancun. We all went scuba diving in Cancun together. We go to the successful parties together. So Ray Cantu is my success partner, and we hold each other accountable. It's like, all right, Todd, did you get all your invites out this week? Did you get that YouTube video uploaded that you wanted to get uploaded? And we sort of hold each other accountable. So that's one option. If you guys want to do something like that, is just post in Elevation Coaches group, hey, I want a success partner so we can bounce ideas and motivation off of each other. What else? What do you guys think could rejuvenate the team and get them refocused and charged up? I know there's competitions that we could do competitions. We could do guys versus girls for volume. There's a lot of things we could do, but I want to hear your guys' ideas. Nothing? Hold on, Nikki, you're muted. We can't hear what you're saying. Go ahead.
That I'm having a brain fart, so.
What about it? Well, let's hear from some other people then. What do you think if you have, what have been some reasons in the past that you've lost motivation and sort of fell off from your daily coaching activities? What's usually the thing that starts that downhill trend in your level of focus?
I can speak a little bit, but I think you hit the nail on the head when you said sending out invites so many per day, and then after a couple days you have all these conversations going on, and then you just don't invite anymore because you're only talking to those same people. That's usually where I get stuck, and then I fall back towards the end of the week and then get remotivated on Mondays, and then it's kind of a constant cycle.
Yeah. Okay. Who else we got on the lines? We got a couple people on the phone. Who's on the phones? All I can see is your guys' phone numbers. Guess they're muted. Oh, they're not muted. They're just bashful. That's fine. All right, guys. Does anybody want to share any ideas that they have on possibly, how we might encourage each other on just our daily activities, or anything we could do in the group, or maybe it's a private message, or some sort of team prize. What do you guys think?
I think I just need to get in there more because being newer, I'm not in there as much as I can be, or I could be, and just not really knowing everyone. So I think one thing that I can start doing is just get in there more and start commenting on people's building relationships within our team first. If we're not doing that, we're not really acting as a team and working as a team if we don't even know who each other is. So I think that's just one way that I'm going to try and motivate myself, is just to get to know you guys all more and just be more active, because then I'm opening myself up for accountability and for support.
Yeah. And one thing I do want to plug in addition to that, I'm going to be completing the links to phase 2 of Elevation Coach Basics. That entire training session, those first 12 days were awesome for me, because about 50% of those training days, one of the questions was, list the first names of 3 people that you invited to your challenge group. And I was like, oh shoot, I gotta invite 3 people, and it really helped keep me focused. So I highly recommend, even if you've been a coach for 6 months, a year, 2 years, don't think that you know so much about coaching that Coach Basics can't help you again. And I've talked about this in the past. Now, the greatest baseball hitters, the greatest pitchers, the greatest golf players, they are constantly practicing the basics, just their form. When I played baseball and we would do hitting, I would do hitting drills for hours. And this was in like middle school. I played club baseball. So we played, 60 some odd games a year, and we traveled all over the place. And I would sit there as a middle schooler and drill for hours. I knew how to hit. I had over 300 batting average in middle school. And I would just sit there and I would step. I would extend my hands. I would rotate my wrists. I would rotate my hip, and just practice every single part of the swing for hours. And then we would sit there and we would get in a circle, and for 30 minutes we would get our butts down and we would tap a ball with our bare hands back and forth to each other, just practicing shifting to the ball just the basics, to practice them for hours upon hours every single, weekend that we didn't have games, or during the summer when we didn't have games, we were at camps, just constantly focused. So I recommend you guys, if you have not committed, and I use that word committed in bold, all caps. If you haven't committed to doing Elevation Coach Basics, I want to encourage you to do that, because it will help you get focused. And the videos that are included in that training are going to help you get charged. And I actually want to reach out to another coach that's on in my downline. Her name's Angie Beasley. She is a 3-star diamond coach, and she has taken her team and used this same exact format of Coach Basics that we're using. And since her team has committed to this style of Coach Basics, where it's a recurring Coach Basics, where every time someone posts, it goes to the top of the page, she has gone from like 1-star to 3-star in a matter of like 2 or 3 months. And it's just so cool to hear her testimony of how the new Coach Basics has really charged her team. So I'm gonna try and get her on here next week. I'll probably trade a team call with her all. If she does this for our team, then I'll do a blogging and YouTube training for her team or something. And so hopefully you guys take that serious. Hopefully you commit to Coach Basics, because it really, really is an incredible resource that gets you focused, and it helps you know what to do on a daily basis. It thinks for you. It says, okay, tonight, post a sweaty picture of yourself after your workout, or post a picture of a recipe that you're going to try this weekend. It tells you, it tells you to post what are the first names of 3 people that you invited to your challenge group today. It forces you to focus on the basics. It forces you to focus on the super easy tasks that are incredibly easy not to do, because they're so incredibly easy to do. And that's oftentimes why I don't do things, is because they're so simple. Like, I'll invite 6 people tomorrow instead of 3 today and 3 tomorrow. I'll just do 6 tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and my daughter breaks her arm, which she actually did. So, I should probably be there for Abby, so I'll just do 9 tomorrow. And I just keep putting off these activities. I keep like, I'm going to make this YouTube video. It's only going to take like 5 minutes to shoot the video, and I can spend my lunch break, cutting up the video and adding all the music and all that stuff, but instead I was like, I'm going to sit down. I'm just going to rest. I need a rest. That's a big one for me. It's just, I need a rest. And my grandma's been in the hospital the last 2 days, and some of you guys saw the post of me. I just fallen asleep in the hospital. Yesterday I fell asleep everywhere. Everywhere I sat, I fell asleep. And but I still, at the end of the night, I replied to emails. I did my daily activities that I get done no matter what. So I encourage you guys to do Coach Basics and commit to Coach Basics if you haven't yet. And like I said, I'll be completing phase 2 of Elevation Coach Basics tonight. I'll have all those uploaded on the website, the team training site, elevationcoaches.com, for you guys to go through. I know some of you have gone through the first few days, but I really would like to see all of us commit to doing that, because it's really important, not only for your own benefit, but when you start bringing coaches on, if they have questions on a certain topic in Elevation Coach Basics, you're going to be able to answer those questions straight away, because you've gone through it yourself. And if they ask you about, hey, I'm on phase 2, day 3, about, I don't even know what it's about, but if they ask you a question about it, and you have no idea what they're talking about, that's not a good position to be in as a leader. So you want to do your best to set the example. And if you want to bring on a new coach, and I actually heard this from one of the coaches today on the Western Region Mastermind calls. She said every day she thinks to herself, at the end of the day, if my coaches did exactly what I did today, would they reach their goal? And that one really stuck with me. If every single one of you guys did what I did today, would you reach your goals? And I want to be able to answer that question confidently every single day with a resounding yes. And I hope that's what you guys would want too, is when you start bringing on new coaches and more customers, and you ask yourself the question, if my customers did what I did today, would they reach their goals? If my coaches did what I did today, would they reach their goals? And if you can answer yes, then that's awesome. You're on the right track. And guys, it's really important that you start looking at yourselves as leaders, because you are. The moment you become a coach, you're a leader. The moment you shared your results, you became a leader, because people are looking for guidance. They're looking to you to see how you deal with mistakes, see how you deal with failure. They're looking to see how you deal with successes. Are you going to be an arrogant jerk and say, look, I made $1,000 with Beachbody this month, suckers? It's like, what have you been doing? They're going to look and see what kind of humility you have. They're going to see if you actually care about helping people, or if you're just in this for the money. Are a leader. It's just whatever level of leadership you're at right now, you're never going to bring anybody onto the team that's a better leader than you. That's what John Maxwell talks about with, it's called the law of the lid. If you're a level 5 leader, you're never going to attract a level 6 or above leader. You can attract is a level 5 and below. Those are the only kind of people that follow you. So that's why for me, leadership is so important. That's why I spend so much time on it, is because I want to attract more people who are very, very passionate about helping others, and who are very, very passionate about creating a life that they design themselves, rather than being told when they can go on a field trip with their kids, or when they can take a day off, or when they can go on vacation. I want to help people design their life. So I'm going to become the kind of leader that attracts those kind of people that have those kind of desires and have that kind of commitment. I would encourage you guys, really take a look at what you want to achieve. Really take a look and be honest with yourself about what you need to become in order to reach that goal. Look at your daily commitments. Look at your level of excitement and passion. And if you've lost it, ask yourself, how do I get it back? What got me excited when I first started this? Maybe I need to get back to the basics. And then just do it. Don't waste your time thinking about, if you don't win, or if you don't achieve it, or if you don't succeed. That's not an option to me. I'm just going to do it because I know it's possible and I know I can. And I hope you guys have that kind of confidence in yourselves as well, because I have that kind of confidence in you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on this call. If I thought you guys couldn't reach the level of success that each one of you has in your own heart and mind, I would not be wasting my time with a bunch of people who don't believe in themselves. I know you guys do. That's why you're here on this call. And that's why I love this team, and that's why I want to see you guys charged again. That's why I want to see us, excited about what we're doing, and sharing that excitement with each other, and seeing new coaches brought onto the team, so that we can increase that ripple effect that we loved at first, that touched us. When someone said, hey, join my challenge group, you're like, holy crap, this is awesome. I want to help more people do this. We have an incredible opportunity to help a lot of people. There's 368,000 coaches in the network right now. There are how many people in the United States? Like, oh gosh, what was it? Somebody help me out here. There's just millions upon millions of people that need what we have to offer, and that they're just waiting for us to share that with them. They're waiting for someone to care about them. They're waiting for someone to just reach out and say, hey bro, let's do this together. I'm gonna run right next to you, and we're gonna crush these goals of yours. People are waiting for someone like that to come into their life. And if that means taking 5 minutes out of my day to record a YouTube video to reach 10 new people over the next 5 months with that video, heck yes, I'm going to make that video. I'm going to make it as funny as possible. I'm going to make it as helpful as possible. I'm going to do my best, perfect my craft so that I can reach more people, encourage more people, inspire more people, and inspire them to continue that ripple effect. You guys have the opportunity of a lifetime. And I'm telling you that Beachbody, we're just in the US and Canada right now. You guys, we are on the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more to be had as a coach. There are so many more customers that we are going to have the opportunity to reach. Just put your heart and soul into it now and build an amazing foundation. Build the habits that are necessary to reach your goals. Build the mentality that you need to reach those goals. Do it now, because this is going to grow huge. This is going to grow absolutely huge, and Elevation Coaches is going to grow absolutely huge. And I want us to all have that mindset of excitement and passion and, love for what we do. And when a new coach comes into our Elevation Coaches group, I want them to be able to see that. And I think you guys want that too. You want them to have the same excitement that you have. And we just got to find out how to stay focused on that, how to keep that positivity up, how to share the small successes, not focus on how far away our goal is, but focus on the steps that we took today to get that much closer to the goal. So I hope this has been helpful, guys. I hope, I know not everybody gets as excited as I do, but I hope whatever does excite you guys, I hope you find that, and I hope you keep that just dead in front of your face. I hope whatever's motivating you, just stay focused on it. And there's going to be a lot of things in your life that are going to try and pull away that focus, but you got to stay focused. And it's going to be worth it. You're going to have fun. You're going to be empowered to continue on the direction that you're on. As you complete tasks and check those things off your list, heck yeah, I invited 3 people. You're going to be encouraged to do that the next day. There's so much opportunity here that, I'm sweating all over the place thinking about it, because I get so excited about this stuff. So with that being said, guys, does anybody have any questions or comments, or does anybody just want to let us know how excited you are, or what's the first thing you want to do after this call, or the first thing to take another step closer to your goal as a coach? Maybe you need to invite your mother-in-law to a challenge group or something. I like Matt's face. He's like, "Well, just screw you, man."
My mom is in my challenge group right now.
That's awesome.
Sort of.
I'm gonna try and get my grandma to do Chai Chang, but she doesn't have a DVD player or the internet. It's difficult.
Not exactly what I expected.
That's awesome. She's like posting pictures of you in your diapers when you were young.
Oh, no.
Like, here's little Maddie.
Lindsay's laughing behind the computer here.
All right. Any other comments or questions?
I don't know. I think you mentioned a lot of good points. I'm a new coach, and I'm doing my first challenge group, and I got about 30 emails, so I felt so overwhelmed with so many people. I was answering so many questions that I felt like a lot of them went like on eBay and like Amazon, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? So a lot of them went on like beachbody.com and just bought it where you can make the 3 payments.
Yeah.
So I was like, so it's kind of nice to know that, I'm not the only one that kind of felt like when you go in that strong, you get so many emails and you're just so confused on like what's going on. And then next month, you can't relate to each one of them because you're just emailing like the same thing to all of them. So you don't get a personal level with all of them.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice just to kind of see that everybody else struggles with that point too.
Good. Yeah, it's something I dealt with today. A guy, well, thankfully, a lot of my customers like to ensure that I get credit for their order, but a lot of them don't know how to ensure that I get the credit. So I had a guy messaged me on Facebook today. He goes, "Hey Todd, I just ordered 4 bags of Shakeology, and I didn't know how to give you the credit, but here's my confirmation number." And I was like, just email coachrelations@teambeachbody.com. Here's my coach ID number. Give him that number and just let him know you want me to get credit. And he's like, "Awesome, bro." He's like, "Thanks for all the help." And I don't think I've ever spoken to this guy. That's the funny part, is he feels like he totally knows me from my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
That's the power of, of video, and, whether you're on Periscope or, making videos on Instagram or YouTube, video is very, very powerful, and it's a way for you to connect with people, a lot of people. So if you guys can make videos, like Tiffany, that video you made of you doing your workout, like there was like 30 days ago and then today. Like,
yeah.
difference in your ability, that video was so perfect. It was so awesome. And just to, show people the progress that you've made, I thought that was one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I really, I'm not really good with videos. I kind of choke when I'm like talking, so I always have to like edit. So it was kind of nice to do like a workout one where I don't have to talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've actually been following you for a year before I signed up as a coach underneath you. So I actually watched all your YouTube videos before when I was a coach underneath somebody else.
Yeah.
That wasn't. They actually ended up canceling afterwards, and then I ended up canceling too, and then waited the 6 months. So I had you on my list as a coach that I wanted to be underneath because of all the YouTube videos that you showed. So that's one way to get your foot out there and just meet with people.
Yeah, if you can find a way to provide people value, and I just do that by simply answering their questions via video.
Yeah.
When I started out doing YouTube, I was like, okay, what kind of questions did I have? Well, I couldn't do pull-ups when I started P90X, so how did I get better at them? And I made a video on how I got better at pull-ups, and same thing with push-ups. And then, I didn't know if I should use bands or free weights, so I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to do a Google search on, what are the benefits of bands and what are the benefits of free weights, and I'm going to compare the two in a video. And so, yeah, making resources is really, really fun for me. And whenever something pops into my head or someone asks me a question at work or via email, I'll write it on my list of video ideas, and I'll just answer the questions via video. But yeah, definitely.
Well, you're good at it though.
I wasn't though. I didn't used to be. I was a robot.
I feel like I'd probably have to videotape myself like 15 times, then pick out of the 15 which one I like the best.
No, don't do anything. Just go with it. Just go with it.
It's really funny you guys are talking about videos, because I think you posted in the team taught something about the statistics of at some point like 90% of what people or the traffic online is going to be videos, right?
By 2017, 60% of all internet traffic will be video.
Yeah. And I was listening to this video this podcast from Eric Thomas, his motivational speaker and stuff, and he was talking about how this guy came up to him and just started crying because he changed his life from a video. And he was like, "Are you kidding me? Like I was in my basement and then just talking, rambling, and that video changed your life." And then he talked about how for people who makes videos, how difficult it is to stare at a camera and talk to a camera.
It is weird.
And how difficult and confusing it is, but it's the most effective form of communication.
Yeah.
Because people can rewatch videos. People can't have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
They can rewatch videos and take notes and really learn, because it takes the pressure off of them from a face-to-face conversation. They can literally just listen. And so that's something I need to work on, is just getting videos and just quit being so afraid to talk to a camera.
That's part of it, is you just got to do it. I was terrified when I made that pull-up video. Like I felt like I was like, oh shoot, is like my shirt look okay? Can you see my dirty laundry in the background? Yeah.
That's mine.
I think we all have dirty laundry in the background.
I'm always folding laundry right before my workout, so I have like a pile of laundry right behind the video I make. So now I do have a quick question. What do you guys, how do you save your videos? Because I have so much videos on my phone that my phone is starting to blow up on data, so I don't have enough room for it. And I was thinking about putting it on YouTube, but I wanted to edit them first before I put them on there, so I didn't know if there's a good storage.
If you have a laptop or a desktop computer, that's what I do. I record my videos with my phone. I just have a Samsung Galaxy
Yep.
4.
Same thing.
Yeah, and I record my videos with that, and then I connect the USB to my laptop, drag the video into a videos folder, and I do all my editing on my laptop.
Gotcha. Okay, I was just curious about that because that's pretty much what I did for like 18 hours, downloading everything to my laptop.
Yeah.
I was like, there's got to be a quicker way or something. But
Nope, you just gotta wait for it.
true.
I constantly get messages on my phone. It's like, your cloud storage is full. It's like, I don't even know what cloud storage is. It's like, your phone is running out of memory. It's like, okay, I guess it's time to move some videos to the laptop.
Yeah, that's how mine was. Mine was 18 hours the other day. So
Wow.
yeah. I tried emailing to myself, but they were too big to email, even though it was just a minute. And so I was like, oh. So no.
You just hook it up with the USB and drag and drop. That's what I do.
That's what I ended up doing. I just didn't know if there's like a quicker way that I just didn't know about.
I wish there was.
I know, right? I know there's like some apps that you can use, but they're not really that great. That's what I heard. So.
All right, guys. Any other questions? We're just over an hour, so good to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just as step one to getting things going back in elevation coaches and really getting all the coaches fired up. So I see you guys here on this call as sort of the catalyst, really. Somebody's calling me. My mom. I see you guys as the catalyst since you're on this call, taking time out of your night to listen and to comment about how to refocus, how to get the motivation back up. I see you guys as that foundation. What I would like you to do, I'm going to do it as well. I'm going to post in Elevation Coaches just a quick message, what you thought was helpful about this call. Or post what you're going, like one action you're going to take that you're excited about that's going to take you a step closer to your goal. As you say, so excited, tomorrow I'm going to make my first YouTube video. Or, I'm going to take a picture of my dinner tonight. I'm pretty pumped to share it on my Facebook wall. Do you guys have any recommendations on sharing recipes that it gets more comments and likes? Just do a post and ask the team for advice, or tell them what you're excited about, or tell them about an accomplishment you made, or share what your goal is. Put it out there for the public to see so that you can hold yourself accountable. You're like, well, crap, people know what I want to achieve. Now I sort of got to get there.
That's an awesome idea.
What's that?
No, that's an awesome idea.
It's scary too.
Like, that's scary awesome because I have a lot of things I want everyone to hold me accountable to.
So yeah, you can post what you want to achieve and just put it out there for the public and the universe to see. So if there's nothing else, guys, we'll let you get back to your families and your coach building and your workouts and your drinking Shakeology and.
Sweet. Yep.
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Doc.
Coach.
Cool. Take care, guys. We'll see you.
See ya.